No. Ugh. What was I saying? Gosh darn it. What do we always say at the ends? Hey guys, thanks for joining us for another episode. So I went grocery shopping today, and I do every Sunday, try 2 Saturdays, would love 2 Fridays, but it just doesn't work out for me. So Sundays it is. So as I'm standing here, prepping everything, I'm halfway through and I think to myself, this would make a really great video for everyone to see, meal prepping. And so I decided I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, which I had already done all the meat, and I'm gonna show you guys how to meal prep, especially if you're like me and you don't have a whole lot of time in a day and you're already feel like you're rushing to try and get everything done and then dinner on time. So I'm gonna put this together and show you guys what I do every single Sunday. It's totally worth it. It's time consuming at first, but once you start getting the hang of it, it becomes really, really easy, and you can do it in less than 2 hours if you consistently keep this up. So I'm going to show you what I do every 2 weeks. Makes my life easier because I can just pull everything out and stick it in the crock pot, throw it on the stove, whatever I have to do with whatever meal I'm doing that day. So a couple of things that you're going to probably need are bags. That's upside down. Gallon bags. These things are amazing. They are life-changing, and it doesn't really matter what brand. This is the Dollar General brand. Any of the gallon bags that I have ever bought have always worked just as well as the next, and so I don't really use a lot of money, spend a lot of money to get these because I'm trying to save money. I have a house of 5, 3 boys and a husband, so we try to save money wherever we can. Dollar General. Another thing you're going to want to need is a rolling pin, and I know it seems like something that you would need if you were going to make pie, but we're not making pie, not today. We are actually going to use this for our beef. So, bags, rolling pins, and that should be it, unless you're having to measure specific things out, in which case, you're gonna want some measuring cups. Actually, I think these are my kids' measuring cups. So, let's get started. So now we're gonna move on to the meat. We usually don't eat a lot of beef, so I'm not really sure why we have so much this pay period, because it's usually things like just chicken and vegetables. But this pay period, we have like 3 different nights where we're actually eating beef. So the reason you're gonna need the rolling pin is I take my beef and I flatten it out into these gallon bags. This is 2 pounds of meat, and I flatten it out because it saves space in the freezer, and it falls out much quicker. So if I've forgotten to take it out at some point, it will fall a lot quicker than it would if it was in its full state. I do a lot of chicken, and when I do my chicken, I actually season it if there's a seasoning that specifically goes with it. I season it in the bag so that it kind of soaks up all of the flavors while it's in the freezer. Well, while it's freezing in the freezer. And then while it thaws out, it also has a little bit of a marinating time as well. So, I separate them. I count how many chicken breasts I'm going to need for each meal. Separate them, put them into the little baggies, and pour my seasonings in. Mix it around. This is the fun part. My kids love it. And then I flatten it out and freeze it. And you're done with your meats. Also make sure to label each of your bags so that you can find what you're looking for quickly. And can we just take a quick note real quick and see that my husband has actually turned down a date with the meat on account of being married to me. When prepping fruits such as blueberries for freezing, make sure that you rinse them really well and then dry them off with a paper towel. Line a baking sheet with tinfoil, and then lay your fruits in a single layer and stick them in the freezer for a couple of hours. The tinfoil helps them to lift easily after they're done freezing. Always remember that bananas must be peeled before you put them in the freezer. Go ahead, bag everything up, and wait until you're ready to use them. Remember, you can only freeze fruits that you are immediately going to use. that's all for today. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, I should have done the burritos. Hit the notification bell so that you can be reminded every time we have a video pop up. Bye, y'all.